this is something we do on every worst Best Picture winner episode. The actual question, should it have won Best Picture? This is the last and final discussion point. In the beginning of this episode, when I was introing the film, I mentioned that 1996 is one of the biggest outliers for the Academy Awards. Other than TriStar, aka Sony, with Jerry Maguire, none of the major studios were represented at the Best Picture category. So the nominees were this film, The English Patient, which is a Miramax production. It's Disney owned, but it was operating as an indie prestige label. We had Fargo by Gramercy Pictures, which is a division of Polygram Entertainment, or it was at the time. Secrets and Lies was made by a number of production companies, including October Films. It's an indie. Shine was a Fine Line Features production. That is a specialty arm of New Line Cinema at the time. And then, of course, Jerry Maguire, which was made by TriStar, Sony. I will go first, Anton. This is possibly a very hot take. I think this was a fully deserved Best Picture win. And I say that with full knowledge of, yes, I understand Fargo and Jerry Maguire were also nominated. I think this is a better film than either one of those. I really like Jerry Maguire. I think it's an excellent film. I love Fargo. I think Fargo is one of the best films of the 90s, and I think Fargo is a masterpiece, and I still think The English Patient deserved to win Best Picture.
I agree with you that Fargo is one of the best films of the 90s. It's one of my favorite films. It's so hard to choose between which should get the award, because you dissect both films. There are a lot of incredible things about both films, but especially looking at this film and what it's able to achieve, and also the slander against it over the years. Between this and every other film that was released that year, I get it. I totally get it. And that this is a very well-deserved Best Picture winner.
You agree that?
Yeah. But I mean, as a personal, like, for me, Fargo is more rewatchable.
I agree with you there. Fargo is a more entertaining film than this.
Yeah.
But I think, considering how challenging the source material was to adapt, and how well acted this is, and just how well put together this film is, I think it's deserved. And look, we always have to remind ourselves, the Oscars are not supposed to be legacy defining. It is a snapshot of the moment.
Yeah. And I think, like, that's where my love for Fargo, it's like, I was telling you even before the recording, it's like, well, the Coen brothers basically are the DNA of that film. It's an American-made film, and you know what? I think in its own regard, like, it's incredible for being able to create, being able to be created as itself, like in a vacuum. But this film, just so much respect, and it's gotten so much slander. I just can't stand for it.
Yeah, I feel like we have to carry the torch for this, because I really do read so many negative things about The English Patient online. None of it's deserved. I also think this is a great Oscar win for the legacy of Anthony Minghella, who died well before his time. He was a great filmmaker when he was alive, and all due respect to the Coens, they got their due a decade later with No Country for Old Men,
which was an adaptation of Cormac McCarthy, of course.
Also a very challenging source material.
Very challenging source material.
And that was interesting because if you remember, that novel was brand new. That basically came out, and then I think the film came out like a year later.
And we all know how that turned out.
Is the film possibly better than the book?
I've read the book.
Same.
And, like, it's pretty incredible what they've been able to do.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty great.
You just heard a preview of this week's Patreon exclusive episode. The full episode is available right now for our supporters over on Patreon. Think of this as a bonus episode. They hit Patreon first, and they come to the public feed 2 to 3 weeks later. So if you want early access, extra episodes, and just want to help keep the show going, head on over to patreon.com/WWIBofficial and become a patron. Thanks for listening, and see you next time on Why Wasn't It Better?